This was also really quite extraordinary, and to the point about how even the people who crafted this bailout don't exactly know what it means. You had Fed Chair Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen giving what appeared to be sort of conflicting statements about what exactly is going to happen with depositors. Because you'll remember, a key part of this bailout was that the Signature and Silicon Valley Bank depositors were going to be insured. The entirety of their deposits were going to be backstopped, regardless of how much it's over that $250,000 limit. So Jeff Stein at the Washington Post right away picked up on, okay, well, does this mean that basically you are backstopping all depositors in all institutions across the country? And Yellen really hedged. But that was kind of the working assumption. What continues to be a real question of what exactly they mean and if they intend to change the deposit insurance system or if they really are just, backstopping the depositors at the institutions of their choosing. So let's put this up on the screen, this next piece. You had Jerome Powell on Wednesday. This is a different part, sorry. There's also a legislative push to ensure big deposits that they're contemplating on Capitol Hill that has to do with this $250,000 limit. So there is some effort at changing this from a legislative perspective. I'm not sure how much ground it's gained. So this is from Bloomberg. You can see that their headline here says, differing Powell and Yellen messages were a lot for the stock market to digest. One analyst said it was astounding how they were giving contradictory comments seemingly at the same time. And all of this is sort of like, they keep it vague. So to say it was directly contradictory is not exactly accurate, but clearly the market read these comments as being contradictory. Let me tell you what they said here. You had Jerome Powell telling reporters about these deposits. You've seen that we have the tools to protect depositors when there's a threat of serious harm to the economy or to the financial system, and we're prepared to use those tools. And I think depositors should assume that their deposits are safe. So that's Jerome Powell. Depositors should assume their deposits are safe. So that sounds like, all right, I guess they are just basically backstopping the entire deposit system. At the same time, you had Janet Yellen on Capitol Hill talking to senators and saying that blanket deposit insurance is, quote, not something we have looked at or are considering in any way. So seems to be that they're not exactly on the same page here, or at least not, totally putting out a similar message. And put this chart that we have up on the screen, which shows you that the markets were reacting in real time to these comments. So you've got at the peak there, that's when Powell is saying basically like, yeah, we're probably, we've got the tools, we know how to use them. You read into that what you will, but I think your deposits are safe. And then you see the dip when Yellen says, no, we're not actually even considering doing anything with regard to deposit insurance. Now, the reality is, in terms of an actual policy change, it would require legislative action of the type that, they're starting to consider. But they really got to figure out what their messaging is on all of this, because the fact that you have these two incredibly powerful officials, even they don't seem to really know what this bailout means and what they're prepared to do. It's pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, no, I mean, the disconcerting nature of it is just the fact they're both in public giving completely contradictory answers when they're actually both supposed to coordinate. And again, the entire point of their power is that they're like, these are the big boys in the room, the adults. They're supposed to be the hands on the global economy, making sure that things are all working. Instead, they literally prompted a market sell-off.
Right.
And then a bump.
It's like, sell.
Yeah, it's like, well, which one? What are we supposed to do? Is the bank safe or not? And it's like such a basic question. It also kicks back to our previous discussion about why it's important for Congress to get involved here.
Yeah.
Congress is the one that's supposed to send the messages around how the banking system will be insured, what the actual dollar figure is, if it's stabilizing, and to what extent regulators will have an input. It should be set from the democratic process, not from the holy heads of Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell.
Yeah.
Again, illustrating the problems with the system.
Yeah, I mean, you really get a sense these people are just like up there freelancing and haven't really, even they haven't really wrapped their heads around what this means, what they're willing to do, and where it's all going. So yeah, there is no substitute for having a legislative body that actually passes bills and regulates the banking system. There is just no other answer than that one.
Yep.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.